Remember Celine Tam, that pint-sized powerhouse who belted out Celine Dion classics like she had been singing for decades? It's been a few years since she stepped onto the stage of America's Got Talent and left the world speechless at the moment the world witnessed the birth of a new star, a performer ready to lead the next generation. But then, as quickly as she arrived, she seemed to fade into the background. Or did she? So what really happened to Celine Tam? Stick around, because we're digging deep into the untold. Celine Tam's life is filled with important moments, including her rise to fame and the challenges she has faced. After her unforgettable experiences on AGT, she has continued to find her way through life. Celine's story is unique and reflects how life can lead people on unexpected paths. Before she became famous, she had a humble beginning. Born on November 22, 2007 in Hong Kong, Celine grew up in a musical environment thanks to her dad, Dr. Steve Tam. Celine comes from a family that loves music. Her name honors the famous singer Celine Dion, whom her parents admired. From a young age, music was a big part of her life. The special moment came when Celine was 3 years old. Like many kids, she loved to sing along to songs in the car. One day, while driving, her family played the famous song, "My Heart Will Go On," and this was a memorable moment for her. Celine Dion started listening to music on the radio, and surprisingly, she began singing along really well. Her parents quickly noticed that she had real talent. Her father, Dr. Steve Tam, who has always loved music, soon began giving her vocal lessons. What started as a fun activity became something much more serious for Celine, about honing her skills and setting her on the path to a potential career in music. Dr. Tam, who holds a doctorate in business administration, wasn't exactly a music expert, but his love for music and his background in education made him the perfect guide to nurture Celine's growing talent. In fact, it was this discovery of Celine's voice that led him to establish the Sing and New Music Center in 2008. 13, a school that would help nurture future talents in Hong Kong. It's a beautiful story, isn't it? Tam knew the Yuru. Starting young is important, so Celine's music lessons quickly became a regular part of her life. However, her experience wasn't just about singing along with the radio. Her father wanted her to learn more than just the right notes. He focused on helping her become a true performer. This included things like how to be confident on stage, use proper breathing techniques, and have good vocal control. All of these skills were part of Celine's training from a very young age. Imagine being just 4 years old and already learning how to take charge on stage. It sounds intense. Celine's parents didn't force her to become a star or put too much pressure on her. Instead, they supported her natural talent and helped her enjoy a normal childhood alongside her music training. Celine's mom, Gia, played an important yet quieter role while Dr. Tam taught her music. Gia created a loving and stable home where Celine could still be a kid. By the age of 4, Celine had already performed in public for the first time, and after that, there was no stopping her. She began singing at events worldwide and even appeared on national TV in the US and China. Her big break happened when she was just 5 years old. Can you believe it? She performed on a national stage in China on the show Let's Sing Kids, which gives young singers a chance to show their talent. Celine took full advantage of this opportunity and beautifully teamed up with a Canadian performer, Jeffrey Lee, to sing You Raise Me Up. Their performance in the garden touched people's hearts worldwide and went viral, making Celine famous. In 2015, their act caught the eye of Steve Harvey's NBC show Little Big Shots, and they were invited to perform again. This appearance greatly increased Celine's visibility, reaching an even bigger audience. Soon, she wasn't just a cute kid singing in her living room, she was a young artist with a bright future. It all began with her dad, a few music lessons, and a lot of hard work. By the age of 9, Celine was already a skilled performer. Her voice was very advanced for her age, and she had a special way of connecting with audiences. She didn't realize that these early experiences were preparing her for one of the biggest stages in the world. In 2017, at just 9 years old, Celine auditioned for season 12 of AGT, wearing a cute blue and white striped dress. She introduced herself with a shy smile that charmed the audience. The judges, including Simon Cowell, Heidi Klum, and Howie Mandel, asked her some questions. When she said she would sing My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, everyone was interested. That song is famous and very difficult to sing, and no one expected someone so small to tackle such a big song. As soon as the music started and she began to sing, it was obvious this was not just a child trying to sing a big song. Her performance was perfect, and her voice was strong and steady. She hit every note accurately and with feeling. When she got to the exciting chorus, the audience stood up to cheer and clap. Even Simon Cowell, who is known for being tough, looked impressed. Heidi Klum said she was amazed, and Mel called her performance perfect. The audition quickly went viral, with the video shared millions of times on social media, reaching people everywhere. Everyone was buzzing about this talented young girl who was nicknamed the little girl with the big voice. She impressed everyone with her amazing performances. During the judge cuts, she sang Michael Bolton's "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You" and got a standing ovation. Guest judge Laverne Cox was so touched by her singing that she pressed the golden buzzer, which took her directly to the live shows in the quarterfinals. Celine sang "When You Believe" by Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, showcasing her vocal range and skill with emotional songs, even though she was competing against more experienced performers. She impressed millions of viewers at home. In the semifinals, she performed "How Far I'll Go" from Disney's Moana. While it was a good performance, it didn't have the same effect as her earlier ones, and she did not make it to the finals. However, her journey on AGT was still noteworthy. After her amazing performance on America's Got Talent, Celine became a global star. You might think she would take a break, but she kept going. Her journey after AGT was just beginning, and people all over the world noticed her talent. Celine didn't just shine on AGT. She also made guest appearances on other talent shows like World's Got Talent. Imagine being a little girl who, not just famous in the US, but is now performing in front of international audiences too. Her star just kept rising, and she kept pushing her limits with every new opportunity. But it wasn't just talent shows that beckoned her. Celine started landing performances at prestigious events like gala dinners and charity concerts. At just 11 years old, she delivered a show-stopping rendition of "Girl on Fire" at the 2024 Room to Read Gala Dinner. Her powerful voice not only amazed the audience, but also helped rise young learners from around the world, supported by the organization Room to Read, share how using talent for a good cause can make a difference. In 2020, Celine Dion impressed audiences at charity events, including the Light Up Your Life concert, where she sang "The Power of Love" and "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You." This concert raised money for various charitable causes, showing that Celine is not only about entertainment, but also about helping others. She also gave a touching performance at the Poon Cook charity event. At dinner, she sang "I Truly Love You," and the audience was amazed. Celine had an amazing ability to connect with her audience emotionally, even at a young age, which became one of her special qualities. Her strong, heartfelt voice expressed feelings that seemed beyond her years. This talent made her shine among many other talented performers. However, after she became famous, something changed in Celine's career, which had once seemed to be on the rise. International stardom began to quiet down, so what happened? One of the first challenges Celine faced was the inevitable balancing act between her schooling and her music career. While some child stars thrive on the constant buzz of performances and media attention, Celine's parents made it clear that education was a top priority. They encouraged her to step back from the demanding schedule of performances and focus on her studies. In many ways, this decision was a wise one. A solid education provides a foundation for life. Celine's parents were determined to ensure she wouldn't become another child star who quickly faded away. However, in the entertainment world, taking a break, especially after a big show like AGT, can have unexpected effects. While Celine focused on school, she began to disappear from the public eye. The music industry moves quickly, and if you're not always in the spotlight, it's easy to be forgotten. The audience shifts their attention, and before you know it, you're no longer relevant. The young star everyone is talking about is going through a challenging transition. Moving from being a child star to a mature artist can be very hard. Celine became famous when she was young, which brought a lot of attention and pressure. 7. As she got older, she had to discover her identity beyond being a cute girl with a strong voice. This change from a child prodigy to a young adult artist is not easy, and the industry doesn't always help. Celine has never, although she hasn't been in the spotlight as much lately, Celine Tam continues to perform at charity events and concerts, though less frequently than before. Many fans are curious about her absence from the media and are wondering if she has stopped making music or is just taking a break to figure out her next steps. After being quiet for a while, you might be asking what Celine Tam is doing now. She's not giving up. She's actively pursuing her goals. Celine has been very active on social media, showing off her singing skills to both old and new fans. She has a YouTube channel where she shares her performances, which have some of her best moments, from her early auditions on AGT to her recent shows. One of her playlists, called Celine Play and Fun, includes great videos like her performance at the AIA Great European Carnival. She also performed in London, singing Flashlight, which got a big applause from the audience. She still has a special talent when she sings. These days, everyone seems to be using TikTok, and Celine is no exception. Even though she doesn't have an official page, you can find videos of her, like her amazing AGT audition where she performed You Raise Me Up. This performance is still a hot topic, and who doesn't enjoy a good TikTok throwback? It's obvious that she is still loved. These days, Celine is the first person you notice on the front page of almost every magazine. She hasn't faded away over the years. Instead, Celine has shown a strong wish to grow as a person, not just as a singer. While her love for music has always been important, she has also found time to pursue other interests that spark her curiosity and creativity. It's quite impressive to think about growing up with everyone expecting you to sing and perform, yet still finding time for yourself to explore different hobbies. Celine has a strong interest in the arts and exploring different cultures, which shows she has many passions beyond what people usually expect from a child star. While her fans are excited for her next performance, they might not know that she often spends time on things away from the spotlight. This choice is quite unique for someone in her position, especially with fame so close. What are your thoughts on her? Would you have made the same choice as her? Rumors seem to follow every celebrity, especially young and talented ones like Celine Tam. Over the years, many rumors about her have come up, some more believable than others. Let's figure out what's true and what's just gossip. First, there's a common rumor that Celine's parents forced her into the music industry. This one comes up a lot. Celine Tam, a talented young singer, is making a name for herself, and her passion for music is what drives her. However, there's been some drama surrounding her father, Dr. Steve Tam. While Celine is known for her amazing singing, her dad has faced some controversy. People have questioned his academic qualifications, with some claiming that his doctorate might not be genuine. Dr. Steve Tam was accused of falsely claiming academic honors. However, he quickly addressed these accusations. He made it clear that although he has a doctorate, it is not in music but in another subject. It's surprising that these rumors could distract from his support for Selena's career. But when you're famous, there are always people looking to create drama. Dr. Tam didn't let challenges affect his family's future. Instead, he supported Celine, who kept doing well on her own. Some people thought Celine would be a one-hit wonder after her appearance on America's Got Talent, assuming we wouldn't hear from her again. This is not true. Although she isn't as visible in the media as she was right after AGT, Celine has continued to release music and perform, showing that she's in it for the long haul. Hall dropped her single, Who I Am, in 2020, showing she's serious about her music career. People are saying that Celine might retire, but that's not entirely true. She's taken breaks to focus on school, but she isn't retiring. Celine is just being careful about balancing her life and music. Celine Tam is balancing her education and music career. She's not leaving music behind, she's just trying to find a way to manage both that aligns with her future goals. People might see her only as a talented young singer. But like any teenager, she has other interests too. It's normal not to focus solely on music all the time, and that diversity is what makes her special. Celine is on an exciting trip. She's in control, taking her time to create something valuable that lasts, not just a quick moment of fame. What's next for her? The story isn't over yet, and I believe this is just the beginning.